Yo, what is good, my fellow Magic Knights? It is your boy DEADMANVINCE back with yet another Black Clover mobile video. Hope everybody has been enjoying the content lately. Hope everybody's been enjoying the live streams. I'm going to be quick to the point with this one, guys. We had to talk about gear. We're going to be quick to the point because there's a lot to talk about with gear. And I know people have been waiting on this guide, so I just wanted to make sure I could give you the most broken down guide that I could put together. If you guys have been enjoying the videos, you can go down below, you can hit like, you can hit subscribe, and you can also comment down below in the videos, let me know what else you want to see. But we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it. And first we're going to start on where to farm your gear. So the game's been out for a little bit. We all know that to farm gear, you have to go to the limited dungeon, come over here, and then the gear mission is going to be this mission right here. You can see that there are 3 different stages here. You have the red stage, the blue stage, and the green stage. So all of the enemies are the corresponding color for whichever stage you're looking at. Whenever you're farming gear, you want to make sure that you are only working on the LR gear once you get to that point. When you start out, you will probably have to boost up a few pieces so you can get to higher level gear stages. But as soon as you can get to, let's see, as soon as you can get to level 13 and you can build a team that's strong enough combat power to just dispatch this stage, I would just go ahead and opt for that so that you can stop using your materials on these UR and SSR gear pieces, because whenever you actually run the auto battle, there is a chance that your team will lose, which will make your runs extend by an extra run, but times however many times your team loses. So instead, to be more time efficient, you can just dispatch it, which will give you guaranteed wins in this stage. Dispatch has made farming a lot of things a lot easier, but gear, it's definitely a major help. You're gonna notice here that there are gold star gear pieces and then there are non-gold star gear pieces, right? So you can see both of these have the little sword for attack, but one is gold star, one is non-gold star. Pretty much each one of these have different set effects. I'll go over all the set effects in a second. I kind of want to break down these stages just a little bit more for you. You can see that each one of these gear pieces have their own symbol to them, and basically the symbols are going to be gold star speed, gold star defense, gold star attack, or it's going to be giving you regular defense or regular attack. The regular speed set is not included in this for whatever reason. In the blue gear dungeon, you have gold star crit rate sets, gold star HP sets, base crit rate set, and then a base defense set. So no base HP set and no gold star defense set in this one. Then if we come down and look at the green stage, this one's a little different. It only has like 2 sets in it. All the other ones have like a variety of like 3. This one right here is going to have penetration gold star, and then non-gold star penetration. Then it's also going to have crit damage gold star, non-gold star crit damage. So that is a breakdown on all the gear stages. I can tell you now that the most important gear stage you're going to be farming is going to be the red gear stage, and all of these stages have the same like combat power requirements. So you want to work on your mono blue team first towards this stage, then afterwards you kind of can just work your way down and figure out which one you want to get up to next. But there are a lot of good options for the mono blue team. Blue is just flooded in this game, and I'll have a separate video talking about teams that I use for farming in general of each color, and just kind of have videos focusing those things so I don't ramble on too much about it right now. Also, Magic Knights, there are different foods that you can use to boost your rate of getting higher rarity gear, and I'm actually gonna go over those foods real quick for you. All right, Magic Knights, so I am here with Charmy, and you can see that there's this dish right here. This one will boost your gear drop rate by or your gear acquisition rate by 10%. Then we have this one right here, which will boost your gear acquisition rate by 15%. Then you can see the ingredients as well. The ingredients is the steak, and then the carrots, and then eventually you add on the honey with it, and then it evolves into this dish right here, which is actually made with the lobster and the shellfish and the honey. But this one will boost your gear acquisition rate by 20%, and then this one right here will boost your gear acquisition rate by 30%. So there are some very good dishes that you can use to give yourself a higher chance of getting gear. Now I'm going to go over to a little document that I have made for you guys, and I'm going to read out the gear set effects for you, just so you know each one of these gear effects are doing here. So you'll notice right here that the gold star attack set, the lowest rarity that it comes in is SSR. The rarity doesn't really matter. All you need to know is that you want to only work on putting materials into LR gear. SSR gear, if you boost it up all the way to +8, because your rare up to SR gear, all that can be +4. In the gear boosting, then on SSR to UR you can do +8 on those, and then LR you can do +12. You only want to work on LR gear because with UR gear at +8 it is weaker than LR gear at base, no pluses at all. And the same thing applies for SSR up to UR. So you only want to work on LR gear. But what we're more so looking at right here are the gear set effects. Now, the set effects are set up in a way where if you have 4 pieces, so 4 full pieces of this set on your mage, this piece gives magical or physical attack depending on what you want. Same thing for this piece right here. This piece right here is going to give defense, and this piece right here is going to give HP. If you do a 4-piece set effect, then you'll get both of these effects right here. So if you wear a 4-star gold star attack piece, or a 4-piece gold star attack set, then you would get attack and magical attack plus 7%, and then you would also get a plus 15% to damage dealt, which honestly I do personally like percent buffs more than just like flat stat buffs. And kind of the appeal of building 2-piece versus 2-piece versus 2-piece kind of sets is to get more of the actual base stat that you're trying to focus on, whereas I like to have a more well-rounded effect. But let's continue to read through these effects and we'll just see everything that all these sets have to offer. Yeah, 2-piece effect for attack gold star is going to be attack plus 7%, magic attack plus 7%, and then 4-piece damage dealt plus 15%, whereas just base attack and not the gold star is going to be attack and magic attack plus 220 each, and then 10% boost to damage dealt. So you can see here that the gold star version is literally just an amped up version of the buffs that you're already getting with the lower tier version. And you can wear these also in the same set. So just because you have 4 pieces of this on doesn't mean you can't put 2 pieces of this on to further boost another stat. We come here, this is the defense set, the gold star defense set, 2 pieces, defense plus 30%, 4 pieces, grants 40% increased defense, 8% fortify, and fortify is just damage reduction, so pretty good. The base defense set is just going to give you 250 defense as a flat stat boost, and then the 4 set boost is defense plus 20%, so when you're going for like guardians or tanks or something like that, I'd probably recommend going for like a 4-piece set right here versus like a 2-piece set. 2-piece type of style. For here, speed, gold star is going to be grants the wearer 5% increased speed buff for 2 turns at the start of a wave, and then the 4-piece set is going to be speed plus 5. Whereas non-gold star is going to be if the wearer is afflicted with a status element, grants a 20% increased speed buff for 1 turn, which is very specific and not as good, especially when this one is just giving you the extra speed buff at the start of a wave. Then right here is going to be grants a 4-piece increased 4% increased speed buff to the wearer for 1 turn at the start of combat, so that one's not too bad once you get it onto the 4-piece set. HP gold star, max HP plus 7% for 2-piece, and then max HP 10%, or grants 10% of max HP and HP recovery as HP recovery at the start of each turn is the 4-piece set. So really good for healers, just to make sure that you're maintaining survivability, staying alive. This one right here, gold HP non-gold star is going to be max HP plus 2,000, and then the 4-piece set is going to be max HP plus 10%. This is the crit rate set gold star. 2 pieces is going to get you crit rate plus 5%. 4 pieces is going to get you an additional 10% on the crit rate. If you have crit rate non-gold star, grants a 10% increased crit rate buff when HP is 70% or higher. So again, somewhat conditional, whereas this one just gives you the 5% crit rate straight up. This one will give you 10%, but more conditional. You have to maintain your HP over a certain percent, which if you have a healer like Charmy or something on the team is very easy to do. And then the 4-piece set is going to be grants a 10% increased crit rate buff for 2 turns if the crit is not landed. So we'll keep boosting your crit rate if you miss your crits, basically. Crit damage gold star is going to be crit damage plus 7%, and then that's 2-piece set, and then the 4-piece set is going to be an additional 15% to crit damage, so that would be like 22% boost to crit damage altogether if you have 4 pieces on. The non-gold star crit damage set is going to be attacks after granting a 10% increased crit damage buff upon using special skills, so this one is locked behind you using your ultimate. Don't really like that too much because you can only use your ultimate like once every, like, even if you have somebody boosting your SP over and over again every turn, probably can't use that but every like 3-4 turns. And then crit damage plus 10% on the 4-piece effect. Penetration gold star, penetration plus 7%, defense penetration plus 15%. Then non-gold star, penetration plus 5. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, penetration plus 7, not 7%, and then defense penetration plus 15%. But this one is penetration plus 5 and then defense penetration plus 10%. Then we have accuracy, which does not have a gold star set. 10% increase to accuracy for the 2-piece effect, and then 10% increased accuracy and 5% increased crit rate for the 4-piece set. Lifesteal also does not have a gold star. 2-piece effect is grants 10% of max HP as HP recovery upon defeating an enemy. And then the 4-piece set effect is grants 20% lifesteal when health is below 50%. Lifesteal restores HP according to the portion of damage dealt. Then we have the, what is this? This one is crit resistance is what it is. 2-piece gives you crit resistance plus 4%, and then 4-piece gives you 20% chance to grant debuff immunity for 2 turns at the start of combat. This one's okay, but I don't know how much I like this one just because it doesn't keep boosting crit resistance, and it doesn't even have a gold star variant, but it's one of the sets that were originally in the game, so weird. This one right here is going to be the Fortify set. If you have 2 pieces, it grants 4% Fortify, so pretty good for tanks. Damage reduction is always good. Then 4-piece set is going to be if HP is below 50%, it grants a barrier equal to 15% of max HP for 2 turns. While the barrier is active, grants 10% reduced damage taken once per battle. So that's actually pretty good for tanks and healers, honestly. Then right here we have the recovery set. This is the latest gear set to come out. This one also does not have a gold star variant, but it does go up to LR. HP recovery received plus 4%, and then HP recovery plus 10% on the 4-piece effect. But that is what all of the gear set effects do. Now I am more so going to talk about how we should be building our mages. And also, guys, if you need any access to this guide here, it will be linked down below the video. You can always come and check this out if you need me to go back for any more reference material. But we're gonna hop back over to the game. So when I was going through all those gear sets, I'm pretty sure you guys heard me talking about 2-piece versus 4-piece set effects, and why I like to wear some pieces 4-piece, some pieces just 2-piece, right? Okay, basically the main difference between those 2 gear styles is, let's look at Asta first to start off. Asta is a tank, he's a guardian. So when I look at Asta, I'm looking more for Asta's survivability, but I still do want Asta to have a decent attack stat because I know he has the potential to do damage. So I have opted for a 4-piece gold star defense set because the set effect is better than a basic defense set. So right now Asta's getting 30% defense plus an additional 40% defense from the 4-star gold star defense effect, or 4-piece gold star defense effect. Not to mention he's getting an additional 8% fortify, so that makes my Asta like very beefy, very tanky. Then the 2 pieces from the non-gold star defense effect are giving me an additional 250 defense. And also, not to mention, I have all these accessories up here. Now all of them do not give defense, unfortunately. That one does, and that one does not. Okay, yeah, so one of them only gives crit rate, but I still have substats on all these pieces here. But what I need is more LR pieces, and I tried this piece out, but it lowers Asta's combat power because it doesn't really have any defensive stats. Doesn't help me to build any stats that he needs, even though it does have really good like substats with it, probably for a different guardian, I guess. But either way, Asta, since I want him to survive more, I've gone for the 4-piece 2-piece. Now the benefits of 4-piece 2-piece is that with the 4-piece set right here, I have 2 items that are going to be giving him physical attack power, so I can still boost his attack stat. Then you'll see right here, this piece is giving him defense and this piece is giving him HP. I've seen some people build Asta like the triple 2-piece way with the extra 1 piece and just drill it all into his attack, which doesn't really make sense to me because he is a guardian character, so he's meant to survive, and that is what I'm going for with my building method. And also his defense turns into attack if he gets down to a 40% HP, but if he doesn't have good defense, you know, in the first place, when his defense gets low, or when his HP gets low to that 40%, then he's gonna be kind of squishy and then he might get one-tapped out of that range, whereas my Asta will survive with a speck of health, then I can still get a crazy attack off and still turn the tide of battle. Now if we look at the 2 extra pieces that I have on him, this 4-piece right here, any gear set, if it's like a little 4-piece or a 4-block piece, that piece right there is going to be giving either attack or magical attack as its main stat. Then the 6-piece can either be a piece that gives attack or magical attack, defense, or HP, depending on which piece you want to put in there, because right now you see this piece is oriented this way, but if I wanted to put in the piece that gave me HP instead of defense, then I'll literally just move this piece up to where this piece is, and I just put another HP piece down here in the bottom. But that is the 4-piece 2-piece style. Again, this one's for more well-rounded builds that will boost every stat for you so that a character has a little bit more like versatility to him. Then there's another gear set style that at first I did not necessarily recommend, but now that I see the benefits of it, I can kind of recommend both. It's just like a case-by-case basis. We come to Yami here, and we can see Yami, I have him with the two piece, two piece, two piece, and then plus one piece, sort of like method style. And I have both of these methods broken down in my documents. But basically, you can see I have two gold star attack pieces because it has a better two-piece buff than the non-gold star attack pieces. Then I have two crit damage pieces because Yami is a character who does good crit damage, and also if he crits a lot, he gets a lot of extra benefits to his kit. Then you can see right here that I have two crit rate pieces to maximize how many times I'm critting with Yami. So as of right now, my Yami is at 63.11% on the crit rate. His skill page is 5 stars, so within 5 like spells or from mages on my team, he's getting an additional 22.5% boost to his crit rate, and also his crit damage is already like getting close to 70%. And once he's in battle and gets extra buffs from all the allies who are supporting him, whether it be like Finneral or Sally, then either way his crit damage is going to go up as well. And you can see his attack is boosted by like 24k basically, which is giving him a nice little like base level of damage. Now the only problem with this gear set is that Yami doesn't have crit rate pieces or attack pieces or anything like that up here. Those pieces main stats are defense, and I am looking to change those pieces out, but as of right now that is the best that I've gotten so far from doing accessories on this. But and I'm not, and guys, I don't want you to mistake this for me trying to say that 4-piece 2-piece is better than 2-piece 2-piece 2-piece, because I can see the benefits of both sides. If you have a mage that is supposed to be a high DPS, high damage character, then it's going to be good to give them as much damage as possible. But if you have somebody else whose purpose isn't more so like doing damage directly to the enemy team and is more survival, then maybe you want to take a step back and consider the 4-piece 2-piece set. And the only reason why Yami stats are lower than the Asta stats is because Asta's gear, I kind of been focusing that up for a long time, versus Yami's gear, this is like, I literally just kind of like changed my mind like and just like switched these pieces on like today just to see how it looked and to see how he performs, and he's doing good. So I will definitely have a showcase for characters starting to roll out soon here. But let's continue on and talk about the substats actually real quick. So back to Asta. Since I want Asta to survive more, but I also know he has the ability to do damage, the substats that I have opted for are like crit rate, crit damage isn't bad. HP, like I feel like Asta's kind of like a mixed bag. You can have anything really with him because it's just like having extra HP is going to be nice. I don't focus the extra HP, but if I get it, I don't complain about it because this piece right here, I like those substat rolls. You know, extra physical attack for him, crit rate so that he's guaranteed critting whenever he does get to that point where he's doing extra damage, and then HP just to make him a little beefier, a little tankier, so that he's not just getting one tapped in certain situations. The accuracy I probably want to change, but I don't have the higher level materials to keep the, because what I probably keep on this piece right here is the HP and the crit rate, because it is a percent buff instead of being like a flat stat buff like the attack and the accuracy are. But your substats are going to be very important, and you want to make sure that you are using your materials to boost up your substats accordingly, because that just gives you so much extra just like stats, especially when you go into the battle and all the percents start to multiply and make everything kind of like show its true value per se once you get into an actual like arena or PvE situation. And then also, let's look at all the things that you can do to boost your gear right now. So this right here, you have the capability to obviously plus, let's see, so let me go to a piece that's not worked on. You can use your gear stones obviously to from plus 0 or plus 1 all the way to plus 12 your gear, so that you can boost this base main stat, and also so that you can unlock the rest of the substats, because right now it's at plus 0, so the main stat is going to be defense, that's always going to be there, and then you see the substat on it is like the crit resistance. If I boost this piece up to plus 4, then I unlock another substat, same thing for plus 8, same thing for plus 12, and then this bottom substat right here is actually one that changes independent from the rest of them, and it is going to unlock once you fully transcend the gear, and I'll talk about transcendence a little bit later because it's not on global just yet. We come right here, you can also boost the substats with like these little magic enhancement stones, and I'll go to a piece that's already like plus 12 so you kind of have a better idea of what I mean here. So you can see this piece right here, I can boost all the substats on this one, or not all of it, I don't have any for the HP, but I can boost the substats on this one if I wanted to. I have the stones. Each stone kind of has a range of like values that you could get, so like this one's going to be something like from 1 to 27 or something, and then if I maxed out, I got 27 on this, I come over here and then all of a sudden instead of saying 1 to 62, it would say like 27 to 62, right? Then I come here, and then there would be an even higher range that you can go to. And when you max out, you will know when you max out a substat on a gear, because this, where it's blue right now, it will turn red and it'll say max beside it. But definitely make sure to save up those materials and use them on the mages that really count the most, who give your account the most benefit. This right here is where you can reroll substats, and it actually even tells you kind of like a rating on the substat, like, oh, is this a good substat to have? And like magic attack plus 121 is a flat stat, apparently is really good to have. If you press these stones right here, you can lock one of these in, or no, you can't. If you press this stone right here, this is how you re-roll the substats on a piece of gear. If you want to lock one of these substats in place because you like it, so say I want to keep the magical attack, you hit the lock on that, and then I can re-roll everything except for the magic. Then this one has just been added into the game. There's a special game mode that you have to beat to get this material right here, but once you get this material, you can lock 2 substats into place and then re-roll the other 2. And I presume that they'll be adding a way for you to make these in Gray's shop where you can convert items up and down. I hope that they do that, because I am ready to go ahead and start converting these up to the higher rarity ones. Then let's go to some gear that I already have fully transcended, just so we can see. This substat down here is actually going to roll separately from the rest of the other substats, and this one does not require any stones for you to re-roll. This one requires Yule, but it requires 500,000 Yule, and if you use you only have 3 attempts on this, right? So the base substats up here, you can re-roll these infinitely. The one where you can lock one into place and then re-roll, you can only do that 50 times. You see I've only done it 2 times on this gear, but I've gotten the result of what I wanted, so that's just gonna stay how it is. And this one, I can't remember how many times they said you're gonna have with this. 30. It says 30 right there. Okay, cool. So you have 30 shots with this one. Then right here, this one, you only have 3 tries, and if you get something that you don't like, you have to farm the same piece of gear again to reset the rolls on this extra substat. But you can just keep doing that over and over again if you need to. So technically, you have infinite tries on the extra substat that you add on. It's just extra hoops that you have to jump through to get to those extra tries for the substat reroll. This right here, we've already looked at. Here we go. This right here is the screen for gear enhancement. And let me go to a different piece. This one right here. So this is the screen right here for like gear enhancement. Basically, to get something to 1 star, you need 1 extra gear piece. To get it to 2 star, you need 2 extra gear pieces. 3 star, 3 extra gear pieces. You can see I'm trying to get Noel's gear right here to 4 stars. So now I need 4 extra gear pieces of the exact same type of gear to fuse into her and boost this up to 4 star, which will unlock the extra stat for me. So in all, you need 10 extra pieces of a gear to get it all the way up to 4 star and unlock that last substat. But Transcendence is something that is only in JP right now, but even still, I just wanted to go ahead and give you global players the heads up so that you have like kind of like foresight of it, and just go ahead and know to go ahead and start saving up extra gear pieces, even if you think you don't need them, even if you think you have the gear pieces farmed up on the certain characters that you need. Now, we're going to talk about Vanessa in the Black Bull's hideout, because Vanessa is very important for gear. So, Vanessa has a few different things that you can do here. First thing you can do is, whenever you're farming gear, when you can get to a point where you can farm LR gear, you're going to start to get a lot of just like UR and SSR gear from all your auto battle runs, all your dispatch runs, whatever, right? What you can do is, you can come here and you can... I've already fused in all my pieces, but you can see down here, I'm not a capper. I have actually worked on some pieces that are lower than LR at the start because I needed them to get up to the next like levels. But now that I'm up there, I do not use LR or SSR or UR gear anymore. I always just scrap that gear. But you can scrap that gear, which will give you this little blue powder that you can use right here. You get this little blue powder right here, and you can use this to make more gear enhancement stones. You can see I have, how many of these do I have? I have 999 plus of these. I have over 1,000 of those. I have over, no, I had over 1,000 of these, but I used them to make over 1,000 of these just because I like to be over prepared. I have 357 of these, but basically these gears that you're getting that you don't want to use, that you don't want to work on, you can just break those down, turn them into these stones right here so that you have more materials to work on your gear and get it stronger. So even when you don't get LR gear like you need, you're still getting something that can overall help boost your gear on your mages in general. And also when you break down gear pieces, the higher the rarity of the gear, so that's why I break down UR pieces, the higher the chance you have of getting these red stones right here. And these red stones are actually what you need to boost your accessories, and we're actually about to talk about accessories because we're already talking about Vanessa. So let's come back here again. we come right here. This is the accessories tab, and you'll notice that for the accessories we have earrings, rings, and then bracelets, necklaces, yes, rings, necklaces, and then earrings. And every character has 3 slots for all 3 of these things, right? And basically the way that you make accessories is you come in here and you just pick 10 gear pieces. Now, you'll notice I have my 10 gear pieces selected here, and it only gives me a 5% chance to boost to make an LR piece. If you wanted a higher chance, you would have to get some of these materials right here, which you can get from the Affinity shop. I just used all these the last time I made accessories, so I've been chilling on accessories right now. This right here would boost it up an extra 5% if you can fill it out all the way to 400, and then you have a 10% chance to make an LR accessory versus just a 5% chance. Now, you'll notice that all this right here requires is 10 LR gear pieces. If I take a step back and we look at these right here, you can see earring, ring, necklace. I can choose one of them. So what do I want to choose? I want to choose the earrings, right? And I said I'm still trying to get the right earrings for Yami, get the right substat or the main stat on the earrings. So what I'll do is I'll come down here and I'll grab these again. Okay, now I have 10 LR gear pieces here, but this time you'll notice that it's asking me to use one of these Clover crystals, and the Clover crystals are super important. That's why I like to just summon a lot and get extra duplicates of characters that are already 5-star, because I can use those to awaken my mages versus using these, because these you can use for accessories, and this gives you a much higher chance of getting your hands on LR accessories a lot quicker than just waiting for the game to naturally give them to you. So we're gonna make one just for experiment purposes, whatever, so we can see this. It's going to make a UR piece, cool, and it's a defense earring anyway, which I don't need. So either way, failed experiment. The last, not even the last, but another thing in Vanessa shop is right here, we can actually make gear. So this comes from Archvelox. He's like the blue boss that comes out that you want to get like a high score on, and you get the multiplier all the way up from like D tier all the way up to SSS tier, that boss battle. Basically, you can get these materials from doing Archvelox and farming out the treasure chest, and you can create gear sets here. So we can create a lifesteal gear set right here. You can create a speed reduction gear set right here, and then this right here is the this is the fortified gear set, right? Yes, this is the fortified gear set. So you can get the materials and make these gear sets right here by talking to Vanessa. I've never actually made the gear set right here. I actually usually just buy the gear sets in the PvP shop after the gear sets are already kind of like in the game. Then the last thing that I want to talk about with Vanessa is something that's actually just been added to JP. You can actually make gear now by using 3 other LR gear pieces, it seems. So let's see. What happens if you just need, yeah, you can, oh wait. 5 out of 10 pieces is what you can use. If I use, okay, you can only use 3 out of 10 LR pieces and you can make a gear piece. If I change it to this though, how many more pieces can I use? You can still only use 3 pieces. So if you're trying to make LR, or yes, if you want to use LR gear, you can only use 3 pieces, and you have a chance of making one of these 3 pieces right here. So this piece that's sitting up right here that I'm on right now, this piece is going to be like a magical attack or a physical attack piece. Then this piece right here would be an HP piece. And then, or I'm sorry, this will be a magical attack, physical attack, or defense piece. This one right here would be an HP piece. And then this one would be a magical attack or physical attack piece right here that you can make. Then if you come back right here, you can also see that I can make things based on what their main stat is. So again, this is another chance to make a 4-block piece or a 6-block piece that's standing upright. This would be a chance to make a 6-block piece that's standing upright. This would be a chance to make a 6-block piece that's sitting on its side. But they added this in as well, so you can finally like craft gear. They're just making it really easy to acquire gear in the JP version, and everything, like all this stuff will be coming to the global version eventually. If you guys did enjoy this video, you can go down below, smack that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I do apologize for the video being long, but I did try to make the length of the video worth it by filling every bit of the video with information that was actually crucial and no little side anecdote or anything. But if you guys did enjoy, then you can show support, like, subscribe, comment. But that's gonna be it for your boy DEADMANVINCE. I do need to get cooking up on the next few videos here, but hope this was helpful to you guys, and I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, you know you can reach out to me in Discord. Peace.